Well, hello there, friends. It's Lynn Lindberg, Health and Fitness Motivation Podcast. And yes, today we are continuing our Get Organized series. We just finished that first part of the Getting Our Home Organized for Health and Fitness Success on the kitchen. We are now moving on to, drumroll please, our exercise space, right? Yes, because everybody has a space to exercise in their house, don't you? Doesn't everybody? Oh my gosh. Houses usually aren't even created to have a space with exercise in them. Oh my gosh. See, I can't even say it right. It's just such not a thing. I mean, if you own or rent an apartment, a studio, 1 bedroom, a 2 bedroom, having an exercise space is not really a thing, but we're going to make it a thing, no matter how big or small your space is, because you've got this big goal you think about every single day. I want to be stronger. I want to feel healthier. I want to sit taller. I want to just feel more alive and have more energy. And that happens when we exercise, and relying on exercising outside of our home always is really kind of a recipe for a disaster. Everybody, even if you exercise outside of your home, everybody needs to have a space to exercise within their home, because life happens and that's where we spend most of our time. And it doesn't take a whole ton of money to get it all together. It's really in fact, you can pretty much start off with buying nothing. But there are a few things that I like to recommend for exercise space for the basics of health and fitness. So we've got a few episodes coming up here, and we're going to take it one step at a time. But the first step you're going to do today is simply think, reflect, get a vision for this exercise space in your home. And what I want us to do first is take a little survey with me, okay? I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to rate each of these items each of these statements, not on a scale of 1 to 5 or a scale of 1 to 10 like we're used to. I want you to rate it on a scale of happy face, neutral face, frowny face, okay? Let's make it emotional, because humans tend to make decisions emotionally, so let's make this emotional. You get it through because if you're like, oh, my physical space is a 7.25 on a 1 to 10 scale, it doesn't really mean anything, does it? But we know we want to smile. So let's get these things in a place where we're smiling more. Okay, so I'm going to give you a statement. You tell yourself in response to the statement, what's the first thing your brain does? Does your brain smile? Does your brain frown, get angry, mad, whatever? Does your brain tune out? Does your mind wander? Does your brain not even want to think about this? Can your brain even stay engaged on this? That could be part of the problem. Or a thing we identified to be part of the solution. Okay, I digress. Squirrel, let me go back. Do you smile? Do you frown? Are you neutral about these statements here, okay? Ready? Here we go. Statement number 1, happy face, frown face, neutral face. I am confident that I can make space to exercise in my home. Number 2, I have a dedicated space to exercise in my home. Next, I like the space I have to exercise. Next, I know what workout gear I need in order to meet my health and fitness goals. I know what gear I even need to have in the first place. Happy face, sad face, neutral face. Okay, a few more. Here we go. I own the workout gear I need to meet my goals. Okay, now that's an interesting one, because maybe you own it and you got a frown face around it, or maybe you don't own it and you have a happy face because you're going to go buy that gear now, right? Okay. Yeah, see? Next one. I like the gear that I have. Next, I have a place to store my gear that's readily accessible and not in my way. There we go. Whoo-wee. Okay, so that's the vision we're going for with this exercise gear and space. We want to have a space that's dedicated to exercise. We want a space that we actually like. We want to know what gear we need to have. Like, do you need weights? Do you need a whole rack? Do you need weight machines? Do you need a jump rope? Like, what do you need? What are all the things you need? We're going to talk about that. And then, do you own those things? And we're going to talk about that and how to get some of that stuff on the cheap if you don't already own it. Do you need a treadmill? Do you need a trampoline in the middle of your living room? Like all kinds of things. Okay. Or, and do you even have a place to store your gear that's readily accessible? So can you get a hold of it? Can you get to it? Or is every time you exercise, one more barrier you have is that gear is, in a closet somewhere, or that gear has to be pulled out, or that gear, the workout room I made is cold. It's in the cold room and I don't want to go out there. It's cold. Like, I know, lots and lots of different things going on. So for today, nothing that you have to do except listen to this podcast again, go through those questions, and really just start taking stock of your home, where you live, no matter how big or small or tiny it is, and really think about where could your space be, and knowing that for almost everybody, the space they exercise is integrated with another space. So it's an office / where I exercise, or a family room / where I exercise. And people can get in wicked great shape in a really, really tiny space too. So you can do it. I will show you how. Just be thinking about these today. And then tomorrow, we're going to start looking at the actual tactical piece of what we're going to do to get this exercise space up in your house. Alrighty, friends. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And if you are brand new to Couch to Active, that's my company. We have amazing, awesome group fitness classes, and they are for the ultimate beginners, people with big barriers to exercise, things that are just making it hard for them to get up and running. And every single one of our classes is 100% accessible for the blind, all online. You'll love it. You'll love it. You got to check it out. So head on over to couchtoactive.com and it'll show you right there on the homepage how you can get started with us. Bye-bye now.